So hi Ankur, thank you for coming and joining me on my podcast, Strawberry Life.
Hi Sonia, it's a pleasure to join you over here.
So just put a bit of context in, I've just finished my 200-hour yoga teaching course.
Yes.
I am very strong now. You've really pushed me further than I ever thought I could go.
Well, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you. What I really wanted to do in this podcast was really just explore how you've managed to get your life to fit the things you love, yoga,
Yeah.
Goa, which is a beautiful place, and
Nice.
maybe some other places. You can tell me how your life looks when you're not teaching me. The things that you are good at, because maybe we'll get some video of you later just doing a few postures, but your yoga form is incredible. The thing that the world needs, because I think there's not enough yoga in the world. We all need to think of our bodies, we need to connect with the universe, we need to breathe, all these things that don't really happen. And also the things that bring you money, because this sustains your life. So that's what the podcast's about. So
Okay.
my first question to you really is just why yoga?
Well, when I started my journey, it was not through yoga. It was like I was preparing myself for banking exam,
Okay.
and with the banking like over there, like when I was doing that job, like it was too much tiring for me because I'm a more like a person who cannot sit at one place. So sitting at a desk job for 8 hours, that was not for me. And in India, it's like quite hard to leave a job to find some other goals. Once you have a sustainable job, like which provide you your food and everything, like with the money wise, it give you a sustainable balance over there. So for me, it was like quite challenging. But like at that time, my biggest inspiration was my father. He was like, do always like what you love, what you feel like you, but set your goals first. So, and at that time, like my inspiration was like my friends, like they were into yoga, and looking at them, they were earning like quite a good money, and they were physically fit as well. So my reasons to come into yoga was like really cheap. Like I start like practicing yoga because my goal was to like aim was to achieve my physical fitness. And yes, like doing as a yoga instructor job back then, like it was like really good money as well. So that was my inspiration to come into yoga field. But later on, like as slowly when I go in deeper into my practice, I realized like it was just like very small gifts what you desired of. So any people like who feel like they have different set of goals in their mind, everything like what I really feel like it can be done through yoga practice, because yoga practice is just not like a simple physical form of exercise, but it also like provide you sustainability in your balance in your own life. It brings me like a lot more confident what I do. I love my job, and the more I learn more and more deeply about it. So it's most about the connection with you get, because once you are teaching as a yoga instructor, it's not only about teaching, you are learning as well. So it's more about like how we learn, how we grow up in our daily life, and somehow it just brings me happiness really. Once like you see like people, they are growing up in their own path. I'm not talking about myself, I'm just talking about like my students. Like sometimes when you meet them, and they have like like focused is somewhere around, like sometimes we going through a lot of emotions, and yoga asanas, yoga breathing exercise, it brings your go like brings your mind at the center. And this centerness, like once we able to feel it, like we start feeling ourselves like getting more deeper into our yoga practice, the it brings a joy to the life. And the best thing which we learn over there through yoga practice or through any work you do, like which you love the most, you start feeling happy. And that's, I guess, like the most important part over there, like to enjoy the freedom, to enjoy what we can, and to explore every day, like our pushing our limits more and more. So this is what I really enjoy the most. I really enjoy like working with my students. I really enjoy like seeing their people faces smiling, and most of the time, like in the beginning, it's quite challenging for everyone because we are starting from zero level base, and then we growing up in our yogic path. The more deeply, like the more harder we push our body, the more stronger we feel every day. So it brings a lot of confidence, a happiness to everyone. So I really like that part.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm just going to pause because I can edit this. Yeah, I just want to check what my microphone's on. Okay, that's really good. That's my experience of you in the class. I can tell that you really love it. You're always making us smile, and quite
Well,
often
you
laugh.
being in the class was like quite amazing because I did really enjoy your company. I did really enjoy your energy. Like you were injured as well over there, but you didn't give up on your practice every day regularly. You being over there, so that's what I always like felt like. In order to be a good instructor, we always need a good energy around, and you are the part of it. I really admire the part. Like after every thing we've been through, like you were consistently like showing up every day on your mat, and that's the best part. That I remember, like when I started it, like in the beginning, like your mind tried to play with you, and it's a quite a hard job, like to like get out from your bed, which is like really comfortable, and coming to show up on the mat where you know like it's gonna be hard. But as per we started our class, and then at the end when we reach to shavasana, the feeling of achievement is like the most important over there. I really like the part.
That's brilliant.
And I really like your energy over there. Thank you so much for being so consistent.
Thank you.
And it was really lovely journey with you.
So I just got a question. You were explaining at one point you got injured, and I think we all have those moments in life where something goes wrong and we think it might all be over. Do you mind just telling that story a little bit about what happened and how you overcame it?
Actually, like I was in 2017, I guess. Yeah, I had this accident. Like I was coming back after my practice with my teacher, coming back to my house, and like a car like bump into my motorcycle from behind, and I fall from my bike. It's like it was a little bit major accident, but luckily because back that time like my body was super flexible, so the whole body absorbed the shock. But like I got the lower back injury where my spinal vertebra like shifted a little bit further, and that was like a big time pain run through, because it was a case of spondylolisthesis. So my movements was restricted, like I cannot walk properly, and bending forward, like going to our natural daily life routine things was quite hard. So like sitting somewhere for a longer period can be like too much, laying down will be too much. So all these things like which we can do normally in our daily routine life very easily, it was quite become challenging for me. And it was like that for like almost a year, because like maybe I didn't find the right doctors back then, and I was so low on my own confidence, because I even like got advised to change my profession because my lower back injury was like major one. And that time like I really met my soul guruji, my Jaya sir. His name is Jaya Kumar Anshuman, and he's from Malaysia. He taught, he really cured me through Iyengar yoga.
Wow.
So Iyengar yoga, if anybody like of us, like if we have injuries or anything, I would highly recommend Iyengar yoga, because Iyengar yoga is mostly based up regarding about the alignment, the base, the posture, and through these techniques, like various techniques, like Guruji like healed my lower back. Like right now, like I don't have any problem with my lumbar, anything. It's just completely gone. It took me quite a while, like 6 to 8 months to get back recover, because my body weight was super high, and reducing the body weight, coming back to the shape, gaining from like starting from the beginning again. It was quite challenging, and I was quite young. So, and in India, like we have a tradition, like our gurujis, like our teachers, we always praise them like a form of a god. And whatever guruji order, so we do it. And I'm quite lucky that I found a teacher like myself, like him, in my life, who actually pushed me beyond, who actually trained me hard, who didn't let me give up. Otherwise it was quite hard for me, like, to think like in a positive manner. And that's from there I really learned, like, when you have the positive attitude, your brain, your mind, your body can heal so many things. You can go push yourself beyond. And that's what I try, like what I got from my guruji, that's what I try to give to my students, because this knowledge is not mine, it's just like which I borrowed from my guruji, and now like learning how to pass it on to my students. So that was a big time change in my life. And these kind of things, like, it does put you morale down a lot, but I would like to say, like, it makes you more and more stronger in the life. So I really feel like, yeah, there can be injuries all the time while you do practice yoga, but at the same time, like, be positive that everything is there for a certain time period and it will gone. But your consistency of like connecting through your yoga practice is always going to help you to gain more and more depthness in your subtle, like more depthness in your life. At the same time, it makes you more subtle, happy. So this is what I really observe, and this is what I really tell you, like, to go further on with.
I've really noticed that in your practice, and there's been quite a few times where I've just been like, I can't do it, and you've said, don't say you can't, say I can do it, I am strong, and it really makes a difference. Like, then suddenly all of my posture improves, I can push myself harder. So the words we say are really, really powerful.
See, like, our words is always like, it's always like create a deep impact in our mind, our anything, like, because I remember, like, we did 108 sun salutation. How was that for you?
108, it did get to a point where I thought I couldn't go on, and then something switched in me, and I suddenly moved into really just pushing to the postures, making sure I was in the right alignment, and then some sort of flow kind of came. And at some point, there was almost a point where you put us into child's pose for rest, and I was like, I can keep going. I don't need this rest. And it was almost like there was a fire that built up inside of me that just helped me to keep going.
And that was my experience, like the first time, like when I did it, when Guruji says, like, 108 sun salutation we're going to do, and we were like, wow. In 10 sun salutation, we just feel like sweating and like losing up ourselves. How are we going to reach to 108? And that time, like, my first experience, like, once we reach like with 40, 50, we can't keep on with the counting of like how much we have done already. But after that, it was like just our Guruji's voice is in our ear. Whatever he says, our body was just following it, because our brain gave up so much a long time ago. So this is what I really experienced back then. Like, sometimes we don't know how much we are capable of, and at that time, surrendering ourselves towards the teacher is like one of the most important thing, like what we learned so far in our yoga path. And of course, like, Guruji was like really best. His voice was like, his commanding skill was like creating a huge impact on ourselves. So we were like really like gone out from our body strength. Our mind was like already like push tell us like stop. But the energy which we drive us throughout the whole path, throughout this the peak of 108 salutation, was our Guruji voice. So sometimes, like, and that was the one of the best meditation time period I ever felt in my asana practice. Our body was just moving. We were only like, the only thing which I can feel is like how to breathe, and that's it.
Yeah, my breath was really strong in that. That's probably the strongest I felt my breath was in that.
Was in that period. And that was the fine example of like, once we reach to like the peak, the part doesn't matter. So we always say, like, just work on. That's the reason why I try not to show my student how much they've been already done. Once they are done, it was the most important moment to just flip that board around and see like the happiness on their face. Oh my God, we did it.
Yeah.
and that is the price. Like oh my god, like this is the feeling, like people feel, oh my god, we did it. So sometimes we as a person, like how we feeding ourselves in our daily life, how we nourishing our brain in our daily life, that's the most important key. If I'm gonna see myself in the mirror and I'm telling myself like no, I cannot do it, just because I tell myself, I'm judging myself that I'm not gonna be able to do it, I can't do it. But trust me, these positive words works. Like if I woke up in the morning and tell myself like yes, I can do everything, it means you can do everything. First, this is something like which I always suggest my student, like first stop judging your own self and feeding some positivity to yourself, like yes, I can, I will, and one day you will. So it doesn't matter what your like goal is. Like if your goal is handstand, yes, I can. This is the most important key for anything to proceed on. Yes, I can do it, I will do it, and one day of course you will do it.
Yeah.
It body takes always the time to transform, body takes always the time to get the regain the control of our limbs. But once you are there, everything becomes super easy. The things which was like very challenging for all of us at one point, it becomes super easy, and we can do certain things like go beyond our mind, go beyond our flexibility, and think like oh my god, now it's super easy to do it. So that was like something like I really admire with my Guruji, like when we opened the split of Hanuman, because it Hanuman split, like it, the pain you feel at the time coming from the deep of your groins, always telling you stop, stop, and my Guruji was like, no, stay there, hold it, and breathe. Those three words, stay, hold, and breathe, like it just create a huge impact. And the day when we able to open up our split, the achievement you take, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
So just that point, during the last 3 weeks, you've kind of been really working on my hips. That was my ambition, was
Yeah.
to get to the end of this course and not have any hip pain, which I'm pleased to say I don't have any hip pain.
Yep.
Apart from when you're pushing down my hips. But could you just explain a bit? I had a really powerful experience with you quite early on in the course where I was in the butterfly, you pushed down my hips and just emotion came out, and I just released tears, and I just breathed in and the tears came out, and the more you pushed, the more the tears came out. It was really powerful for me. It was a big release, and it was a bit surprising as well. I sort of knew it was going to happen because you'd warned us when we release our hips, we might let go of emotion.
Yeah.
But the power and force that came out, I knew I'd had a bad year. I knew there was a lot of emotion stored in my hips. Could you just explain a bit about why we hold our emotion in our hips and why it releases when we open our hips up?
Well, different teachers have different way of experiencing and explaining this part. What I really felt like, uh, our body generally, like our whole muscles groups, like it's designed to contract, to hold on our body structure. And that's how every day, like since from the birth, like we are growing in our daily, like we are making our muscles strong. Once a baby start walking, the body structure starts changing, and the hip area is like, this is our second base. The our first base is like our feet, like because we use our feet to walk around, and the second base is like mostly like our hips because we are using as a sitting posture. And also this is the place for your Muladhara chakra, our root chakra. So from there the energy drives goes up towards your body. And like the hip area, we especially like with the woman body is more sensitive because you guys every day go through your menstruation, every month, sorry, you've been through your menstruation cycle, and there is a lot and lot of science is happening in your body. So in India we say like woman body is a goddess body because they've been through a lot. And it's not like it happens every month to them. So your body contract, your body release at the same time. And this area, like once we have our hip area is tight, like our groins area is tight, like these muscles, because we have like going through our big muscles, our quads, calf, adductor muscles there, and the groins. It's all like somehow like able to hold and contract. And once like we were like doing the butterfly, I was putting only my legs on your thighs to, and rest the work is done by the gravity. But the only thing is like our brain, it knows our limitation, it knows our like how much we can go beyond. And during the time like when you're trying to open up your hips, especially like the hip area, our muscles is like hold on to like contract the muscles so we don't push ourselves too much. Like I would like the reason why like we go very slow in opening the hip area, because that time we need to hold the position so the gravity can become heavy on us. And then so slowly you like once you release, like this is somehow what I really feel, letting go your ego is also the big part of it. So once we are going down, our brain is like stop like contracting, our muscles is like becomes tired, and the more you're going to feel like the more it's like going slowly down. This letting go is also where how we able to teach our body how to let go things.
Yeah.
And that's the part like where I really say like releasing your emotions. What, because we as a human, like sometimes like people, there are different types. Some people they able to say their emotions immediately in front of each other faces, which is quite good, and sometimes we able to hold them inside. Sorry, one second. So in that way, like our body teaches us so many things, physically and mentally. So just by working out physically on the yoga mat, it's just not gonna make your body strong, it makes your mind more and more stronger as well. Opening up the body, tolerating, able to tolerate the pain for a longer period, and then going deeper into our yoga practice, we are not only training our body in our daily life, we are actually more and more training our mind as well there. So it is a big time relief, like when we able to let go ourselves. This surrenderness is like the also the big time part of yoga. So learning how to surrender sometime, it's always like the best feeling, because in our daily routine life, if we learn in our society, like we learn, no, we can't surrender, we can't give up. I would go with the same, like don't give up. Choices wisely, what you don't want to give up and where you need to learn how to surrender. So finding the differences between those feelings is also like learning how to acknowledge yourself. So this is what I have to really go through with that.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So just a bit more of a practical question. What does your day-to-day life look like? How do you, are you always in Goa? Do you stay here all year round? What's your life looking like? How have you just designed your life for yourself?
Well, right now my home address is like Goa, and I'm going with the Vada in AYM Yoga School. There's a school, like I wanted to work with AYM Yoga School for a very longer time period. We have a main branch in Rishikesh, but like in Rishikesh, like there are so many amazing yoga teachers. My Guruji, whom I learned from, he used to work in AYM Yoga School. And our, like my boss, Sri Mahesh Goyalji, like he, I gave him interviews so many times, but like I felt he doesn't have the space. So at that time, like I was not able to work with AYM, but yeah, I did work with other yoga schools in Rishikesh. I'm from Rishikesh, so Rishikesh is my hometown. And I was working, I started my career with different schools like Shiva Tattva Yoga School. I worked with Mashakti Yoga. I worked with, so I worked in a different like schools with a different teacher training courses. But I came in Goa in 2021, and for my original plan was to like just for vacation for 2 months in Goa. But then I completely like with my boss opened a branch over here, got into a like a talk, and like then him and I signed up the contract for 1 year. But it was super nice for me to like stay in Goa and to work myself, like running the whole courses by myself. Like of course my Guruji was like there to guide me all the time, and I feel myself like growing up as well. So back then, like I worked here for like 1.5 years, and then I got an opportunity to work with my friend in Bali. So after that, like I left to Bali in last year in August. So I was like working in Bali for like 6 months, and then I came back to India. I was working with 2 months in Rishikesh, and then back to Goa because like over here like my boss like asked me like if I would like to work over here again. I would definitely like to work over here because the environment, everything is like super nice over here. And I do love my job, and I have like a lot of opportunities to do work myself. And like once I'm like surrounding with the complete environment of a yogic ashram life, so it's like a really good feeling for me as well, like to do work in this environment. And my daily routine life is just like in the morning I like when I woke up. Sometimes I like to do my practice. Sometimes I like to have a like relaxing day, and obviously like then after like my classes every day, like with the students over here, it's a part of that like living the life. So with the part of my life, it's just like I don't feel like I'm doing a job because I really love, admire like every day myself doing up, seeing up, doing myself. So it's like the more, this is what I really learned. If you love your job, it doesn't feel like that you're doing a job. It's just like you're on a holiday for a very long time. And I love this part of my job. And yes, in the afternoon time period, I like to do my own practice before my class. In the evening, Hatha Yoga. And in the evening, like it's a Goa vibe. It's really nice place over here. I like to listen to like karaoke music. I like to listen to the I love to go to the ocean because ocean can teach you so many things. So life is super good. I'm happy here.
So you've made your vacation your life, which is the
Well,
perfect rich life, right?
Yes, this is the perfect rich life for me.
Yeah.
I like it. Yes.
Is there anything you think I haven't asked you that you'd like to say before we finish?
Well, not really. Like I'm really good. But it was a pleasure to work with you. You yourself, like I really, and this is the part I learned. I love to learn from everyone. And you were there. Other students were there. Like and all the time. This is the best part of my life. Every time, like you meet different individuals, different energy, and you learn a lot from them. The sad part is like when you have to say goodbye. But this is the part of life.
Yeah.
Life takes you up and down every single time. Life can bring you opportunities to meet amazing people all the time. And yeah, at one point, nothing stays together. Everybody needs to go away and do work in their own manner. So this last 3 weeks was like really amazing working with you over here. And I would like to say like I would like to see you grow up in your life. Go enjoy your unique life. Make like whatever you can make of with the knowledge, with your experiences. Go over there and spread one thing in the world because one thing which what I really feel the world is lacking now these days, we forgetting how to smile. Our daily life is becoming super tense sometimes, super intense going on us, our work, our personal life, and in those things, we just like forgetting how to smile. And it's super easy to smile, we just need to practice. So,
We smell a lot in classes.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Do you want to finish with an om and a shanti shanti shanti?
Let's all together. Slowly open up your spine. Enjoy your both palms together. Take a deep breath in, inhale. My test is over. Yeah.